All right, let's get this going. And make sure that I have everything running well, and I think we'll be good to go. Okay, looks like YouTube's good. Make sure that Twitch is good. All right, Twitch is good. And lastly, I'll make sure that, let's see, then we're gonna go here. Okay, looks good to me. Heck yeah. Okay, cool. And I'll just schedule this for, let's say 7 and done. So I just scheduled a stream. All right, so I think this we figured this out. We got the sauce for this double live thing, and I think I'm gonna keep on doing it because it seems pretty cool. Hey, welcome. Yeah, so I'll keep doing the double live. I'm doing like the tall live and the wide live, and it seems to be working pretty well. Let's make sure that it is. So I need to turn on my OBS now for the wide. Let's just start. And then I need to press the go live button. I kept on forgetting to do that last time. I didn't press the go live button. And yeah, that was kind of dumb. So let's do it now. All right. Let's start it up. You're live. Okay, sweet. All right. So I think that we're good to go now. And yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So for some reason, I think it's showing the wrong secondary screen. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so my tall live here, showing the incorrect screen. Let's go ahead and fix that right now. There we are. Now we have a pixelated form of that same screen. Sweet. All right, let's go to live chat. All right, let's good. Hello. I need to let my let my mod know that I'm streaming. Maybe go ahead and bring this down. Yeah, I'll just, there we go. Let's put this over here. All right, let's go ahead and grab the, let's see, recent splash art. Oh yeah, I grabbed a lot of the Mario stuff, and I actually realized that I could be making some of the costumes a little bit differently. They really kind of changed the way they do their PVR and everything. I think it looks pretty cool. So I might take a few hints from the way that Nintendo does their clothing for this and everything, which is should be good. It's good timing. I've been reinvigorating the style a few ways, and I think this will be good. Okay, let me make this wide. And all right, we should be good to go. The last thing I'm going to do is make sure that they're both working. All right, we are. We're good. I think this will be it's wide. Share, copy. This is the Cyclops. Cyclops live stream. There we go. Cool. All right, I think we're good to go. I just make sure that everything was working on the Discord end, so people kind of knew I was streaming on Discord. All right, create event. And we should be back. What time is it? It's 7, so we'll do 7:15. Yeah, 7:15 sounds good. All right, sweet. Let's go ahead and start event. Cool. Okay, so I set up an event on Discord, so hopefully people can see that, and we'll get started here. All right, so I'm not making Mario. I'm actually making something else. Let's see. There we go. So I need to make sure that the aesthetic is looking good, and I combine these two heads this time. So that's the main thing I need to do, is make sure that they're not just these single troll pieces, that they actually are connected in their own way. So maybe I can bring this over here and just have this be full reference mode on this side. I think it's probably how I want to run it. Okay. All right, awesome. That looks good. So I think I have... Yeah, everything looks fine. Okay, so... Yeah, this is... welcome to the stream. I am Dan, or Daniel. Feel free to call me either. But, yeah, welcome. I need to grab my mod real fast. I think my mod doesn't know that I'm streaming right now. Let's see... All right, sweet. YouTube, Twitch, looks good. All right, so yeah, by the way, yeah, thank you so much for the new members. So we do have a few new members, and yeah, I just want to say, yeah, thank you for becoming members and supporting the channel, supporting our team and everything. And yeah, that really helps a lot. So, but we will keep on making this game. So for those who are new, the game is called ChaosKart, and I'm working on the newest characters. This character is actually a super OG one. So from the original concept art, he is the back character. And originally we were going to have two angry faces, but I've kind of adjusted it to be one angry face and one happier face. And that's kind of the vibes I'm going with right now. That way, like, the different heads have different roles and kind of can play off each other, and that'd be kind of funny. So that was the thought process anyway. Let me go ahead and send this off to these guys. I'm glad it shows that I'm streaming. That's really cool that it shows that. I like that a lot. All right. Okay, talk. I'll go ahead and turn on my activity this time, and hopefully it'll show. Talk. Go ahead and share this. There we go. Okay. All right, I just shared the link with my team and everything to make sure that they can hang out if they want to. So, all right, cool. So, yeah, I need to connect the head, the neck, and everything. So, a few things we got to do. Let me center my tablet. There we are. Okay. I think I'm gonna throw on some music. Let's see what we can do here. I do have my desktop audio on, so let's grab some music. Okay, should be good for this. There we are. Oh, that's just at 45. I think that's okay. Let me know if the music is too loud, though. I don't want to hurt anyone's ears here. All right, we'll have it on loop. There we go. Okay. So, all right, so I want to have the angry head. So we have the angry head on the other side right now. Not too loud. Sounds good. Thank you. Appreciate it, Mel. Alrighty. So yeah, I have these two heads. I think I need to just shift this over. Now that I've actually made the heads all in symmetry, it should be easy for me to just move it on over to one side and try to attach it to near the shoulder and the clavicle area. That'll be just fine. So let me do that. Let's make sure that Twitch is working real fast. And I should be good to start. Do. All right, cool. So one issue that I'm having already is that these are different pieces, right? So unless I connect everything, which I can, the helmet and all these different pieces are separate. So I need to go ahead and fix that so that they don't just, I don't have to like move everything separately. Like, okay, here's the helmet. I just shift that over, that kind of stuff. So one way I can fix this and shift it over properly is we can go ahead and let me find it. It's in my Z plugins and the transpose master. So I'm going to go with T-pose mesh here. And effectively that just brings everything to one subtool. So it really is helpful in that way. Let me see here. And I can just mask off the head and move it over. So okay, make sure. Baka, there we go. I just realized that. Hold on. on my rolls, I just realized that the vision holder is below environment art. Interesting. That's silly. All right, cool. All right, so now I can basically mask out every single piece. The one problem though is I need to make sure that because it's behind some stuff, I can kind of move it and make sure that it's all properly being masked. Because if you like say accidentally like half mask something, then you'll just pull those meshes and it'll look like crap. So if I pull it over to this side and notice that there's no vertices that are being skewed or like pulled, then that's the good thing, right? So that's where I want to be. So but yeah, if it's like being pulled like this, then you'll notice that some bits of it are still masked off. Now before I do anything, I'm gonna make sure that everything has the same movement, and so I'm gonna go ahead and mask, like unmask all the head pieces together. Right, they're all the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. The nose is also different pieces, so I'll have to get those separately as well. And to get multiple things unmasked, I'm basically doing the control button here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm using the control button and I'm just kind of dragging it off, then holding shift to bring back the other layer bits and everything, the other meshes and stuff. Okay, that's to be fine actually. I think I'm gonna add, let me see here, Steam. I really like to add the little dudes here. Let me do that now actually. Here we are. I'll turn that off. All right, I'm just gonna add this real fast. So it basically just, I'm adding the stream avatars. I really enjoy stream avatars, just like walking around the scene. It's really fun. All right, connect. Also, on the Twitch side, I changed my name to Baka Dan. I may bring it back to Baka Rose Entertainment, but I think I like Baka Dan. But I know it's a little bit confusing because before it was Baka Rose Entertainment, and all of my shorts have Baka Rose Entertainment, so it made it a little bit confusing there, unfortunately. Yeah, so if people are looking up my tag and everything, that might be a problem for them. All right, cool. So now we have them walking around the scene. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I really enjoy them. They're really fun. Stream avatars. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna keep on isolating or getting these pieces unisolated. I'm gonna move this, and so see how all the different pieces moved in accordance. So that's exactly what I was wanting. I'll bring that over here. All right, that looks pretty good to me. So I think that these are working out pretty well. And as you might be able to see, I have tried to make these a rule of 3. So 1, 2, and 3, so that the heads kind of will fit here. I might actually need to reduce them just a tad so that you can see them side by side. So that's one issue that I'm having right now with the beard guy, is that it will probably get in the way of the other head. So we'll have to kind of finagle this a little bit and make sure that the heads are working together. I don't want to block the shoulder. I don't want it to be meshed into the shoulder. I want it to be meshed into the clavicle. So I might need to reduce the size of this head a little bit and bring it in a little bit like that. Yeah, see, it's going to go into that chest piece right there. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, I think that looks fine. And let's make sure that this is a rule of 3. So I'm going to just hold my finger over where the end of the beard kind of ends here. All right, and we're plenty good here, actually. So this is actually let's see. So yeah, if I bring it down, so that's 1, 2, and then yeah, we're doing just fine. So I might actually reduce this just a little bit more to like this, but I don't want to do it too much because we do want the heads to be kind of big and more substantial and just more cartoony in general. So let's go ahead and just do another tester. And a good way to show is going to be if I just grab here we go. We can grab King K. Rool, for instance. King K. Rool actually has a smaller head for a bigger character in the Nintendo universe. So actually it's not maybe the best result for this. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I might need to just make the belly a little bit larger, kind of like the original concept here. I think it's a good way to consider it, is that they're about 3 heads tall, but the belly makes up a lot of that. And here's Bowser. So he's roughly the same. He's roughly the same height. So proportions are actually super important for this. So that's the reason why I'm being so specific on this. Okay, I think that looks pretty good to me. So we'll keep this here, and I'm going to go ahead and just do my transpose here. So let's see. So Z plugin, and then we'll do store. Hold on. Z plugin and T-pose sub T, and this just brings everything over there. So now everything kind of just does a little transfer. And this head doesn't actually even have a mouth. We decided on that the last time, and to kind of just be talking inside of his beard and being kind of silly like that. So I think that'd be kind of funny. Let's see here. All right, looks good. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and grab the other head, which is the happy head. I don't know if that's the one. Okay, yeah, I think it's the head with the. There we are. I think. It's this one. Okay, this one. It's right in the middle. Then there's the mouth. So I think I preemptively moved the mouth and the eyes, kind of like the teeth here, the eye over here. Unless I was planning on, I think I was actually planning on just using the same eye, but I already moved that, so I think it's okay. So I'll go ahead and move the head now. Just bring it over here. Okay, there's already a head moved. That was one of the duplicate heads. All right, so we need to make sure that they don't collide. That's going to be the main issue here, is that they touch, and we need to make sure that there is a little bit of room between the two, but it doesn't have to be a lot of room. And actually, it's kind of funny because the contour, this is unplanned, but the contour actually works out pretty well here, where the ears go behind this beard in this shape here. I think it's pretty funny, and yeah, this looks like it might work pretty well, actually. There's a character I've been wanting to make for years. It's been kind of on my mind for a while. So I can do. I think I will actually. Let's see how it looks if I bring down the scale of the happy head a little bit. And it may not look good, but let's give it a shot, because right now it kind of balances out with him having big cheeks. For being the happy one, where it kind of matches the scale of the beard a little bit. If I bring this down too much, then it'll look like less substantial than the other one. So it might be better to have him be more bold and boisterous. Okay, I think this is looking pretty good. So from now on, I can't really do a lot of symmetry. That's one of the issues here. That's why I was trying to avoid doing this into the last little bit here, just so that I could use symmetry for the remainder. All right, so I think this looks pretty good. We have the two-headed Cyclops here, and I think it's looking like they're the same distance as well. Awesome. Heck yeah. Welcome, welcome. All right. Yeah, feel free to ask me any questions. I make games for a living. Yeah, welcome. All right. So I think bigger belly, but these heads are looking pretty good. Let's do a tester on this head. So this is 1, 2, and then it's like 2.5 really. So this is actually perfect. It's a good scale. I can scale up just a little bit, just so it doesn't feel like it's not substantial relative to the other head. I think that's probably fine. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Alrighty. Sick. Looks good. So from now that everything is kind of in place, I think the eye is a little bit lopsided. Let's go ahead and fix that. Actually, while I'm doing it, why not? And then just bring that a little bit to the left. There we go. And I think the mouth is looking fine. Alright, sweet. So from here, I want to collapse this stuff. Well, first, let's go ahead and fix this. So I'm going to go to ZBrush and T-Pose Subtools. There we go. Blam. Sweet. And also, I want this to be like a blue color. He's looking too green to be a Cyclops. He looks much more like a goblin or an orc kind of character. So that needs to be kind of fixed up, I think, as well. Let's see here. I'm kind of curious about it having like silly lips, but I'm not sure if I want to pull that off. I'll play with it a little bit and see if it looks good. It may not though. But yeah, I think for right now, let's see. Yeah, Bowser has a very round kind of mouth area. I think that's okay to have. Every other character seems to have more of like a flat feel to it and everything. Go to their mouths and stuff. So I think I'm not going to worry too much though about it. And I also need to have a tongue for this character as well. But mainly right now, I want to like not have a big gap in the neck. So let's fix the gap in the neck first. So yeah, first off, I need to go ahead and mask the body alone, which I think it actually... Okay, I already separated that, so that's fine. So the body is separate. I'm going to go ahead and do a mesh fill here. So let's see here. Let's do a close holes. There we are. And so close holes is basically just close that gap for me. We do a solo. Alright, this does some things well, but I need to just do Dynamesh, I think. So I'm going to run a high resolution and then Dynamesh it. The one thing about Dynamesh I need to make sure I don't do is that, like, we need to make sure that the hands don't web. That'd be the main concern I have, is the hands webbing, because they are kind of close here. And sometimes you'll have like these little fingers that'll just web together if you Dynamesh them too close together, and I think it looks really bad. It does look bad. Let me see here. The ChaosKart. I think I will add the smaller screen. I really do like the way the small looks. Kind of fun. The tall screen. Share. Copy. And there we go. Let's see if that looks correct. Yes, that's fine. I won't do this too often. There we are. Alrighty. Heck yeah. OBS. Alright, so yeah, we have the headless guy now, so we need to go ahead and fix that. Probably don't want to have a headless character in this game. Alright. Also, when I Dynameshed it kind of created this ridging, because it was a little bit low res before, and so I need to go ahead and like also smooth this out, because it's going to create that kind of that lower poly look and everything when we do the Dynamesh. It really did change up the way the mesh is, and so we should fix this up. The underbelly here, which we will cover up anyway with some clothing, of course. Not a problem. Alright, I'm going to get this color going so it's not looking green. So maybe go with a light blue. Yeah, probably like a light blue like this. Kind of like baby blue. And then I'll just do a paint. There we are. And I'll do this on the heads too. All right, that looks pretty good. It may be a little bit saturated. I might need to change that a little bit, but I think that it's fine for just for now. Let's do a solo on this so I can see the head a little bit better. I'm not missing anything. That looks very much like a really angry Shrek. That's fun. There we go. All right, they're looking very blue right now. That's fine. Looks pretty good to me. And the neck has been connected, which is good as well. All right. So one thing I could do is I need to protrude the body a bit more. I think that's going to be important here. So I can do some clay build up and then just try to get these attached up. Right, so these need to go up into the neck quite a bit, where it kind of just has this hard gap thing. So we need to bring these in. So let's see here. I'll turn off symmetry. It's getting kind of annoying. All right, so this kind of fits right in that shoulder. Right, so right into that shoulder round area, and then fit this right above into the shoulder here. This can be right into that trap. So kind of like they're getting to share a trap here. Well, not share a trap. They have their own individual traps, right? They're other than their neck. Something like that. Looks pretty good. Make sure this down a bit more. All right, yeah, that looks pretty good. The last I can do here, if I wanted it to be a little bit more, is I can just scale the body out a bit more like this. But I don't want it to be too insanely like wide, because it's gonna cause problems on the actual course and everything. So yeah, I don't want it to be too much. I think that's okay. That looks pretty good to me. I think that looks fine, scale wise. All right, sweet. I'll turn symmetry back on. So one thing I like doing, this kind of ridgy vibe I'm getting from the bottom here, I can just kind of iron out with the H polish tool. And I can just do it smooth. Because that looks pretty bad. It looks kind of bumpy and everything. That looks way better just for it not to be bumpy. I did kind of simplify where I had the knees as well. Like the knees are up pretty high because the legs start up a little bit higher and everything. So that's I don't know. That's a choice that maybe not everyone wants to do. I could bring it down a little bit as well, just to. But yeah, it looks good from the back, I think, having the knees there, because kind of like the torso starts up here. But yeah, it definitely feels a bit strange from the front, because the way the gut is and everything. So a couple things I can do is I can just bring the gut up, which will be helpful. So I can kind of, I think I will do that actually. So I'll get this detail brush in, and I'll just kind of carve up a little bit into this gut. I think that will actually be the best choice here. There we are. Yeah, I'm just kind of adding a little bit of like some sculpturally vibe in here. But I'm not going to worry about too much detail because I'm not sure it's going to be covered yet. Right, and if I wanted to say if I wanted to have it be a little bit more sculpturally as far as the bottom of the chest goes, I can go ahead and drag this like this, and then it kind of looks like it's planered, which is pretty cool. So just kind of starting from that chest right here, and then just gonna going into like this, and I could make it, you know, cut down the middle as well, but I don't feel like I need to. I think it looks totally fine without that. Yeah, but I think that looks pretty cool actually. Use the fill tool to kind of get into that gap zone. Fill tool's great. I like fill tool actually quite a bit. Make sure. All right, I'll be on a category, sure. All right, let's do. What's a good category right now? Twitch. Oh, I didn't realize it was September. That's kind of cool. All right, so different categories. So far, software and game development's looking good. So these are, I'm just looking at the different categories. So right now I have no category, so I'm gonna see if I can change my category midstream. I think I can. I'm pretty sure I can. I don't know if I can actually change my category to my own game. Let's see if it'll let me to do that. I don't know if it will. It does. That's funny. Sorry. Yeah, my mic is super sensitive. I hate that it does that. Hey, Tofu. Alrighty. Let's see here. Yeah, it's gonna be super sensitive. There we go. I wonder, I don't know if there's actually a thing that has like specifically ZBrush. I don't think there is. Let me just check real fast. I don't believe there is. There should be. Maybe if I do what was that? What was it called? Max on. No. What was it? What was it called before? I don't remember. Yeah, I forgot what the software was called prior. It was ZBrush, Pixelogic, that's what it was. Pixelogic is a category, but not ZBrush. That's kind of lame. I'm trying to fix my mic real fast. Okay. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Let's see if that actually works. All right, so let's get back to this. Hopefully everyone can still hear me just fine, and make sure that everything is working okay. think we're good to go. I think it's a bit harder to hear. After it does that clip thing, it just kind of makes it a bit strange. So I think we're good to go, though. All right. So yeah, we have our 2-headed Cyclops. I'm going to go ahead and fix the neck on the second one here. So I'm going to bring this in, and also looks like we have a little bit of to do over here as well. Looks good. And yeah, I'm not too worried about the asymmetry of the head too much, but I don't want to like pull the skull over too much either. So just trying to fix this up. Let me bring this together here. I'm just pulling that neck inside the actual body here. Okay, yeah, this is one issue that happens with ZBrush. You have this flare of the mesh. I'm just gonna pull all this inside. If I were to attach them to, like, attach these two pieces together right now, then it would have this weird, really skinny, thin mesh that it doesn't know what to do with. And so yeah, make sure that's all clipping inside the same mesh. And I don't want to do it too small either, because then it'll get this really nasty warble look to it. So I don't want to do that. We'll have to really kind of smooth all this stuff out. All right, so most of this looks fine. Okay, so the happy head is fine and good to go. So we need to just bring down the not happy head here. Just a little bit more here. All right, I think that they're both good to go now. Okay, and they kind of should just meet in the middle a little bit. So I'll do the same thing on this side, this head. Just have it meet in the middle a tad bit. There we are. Game tab, I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay. We're good to go. Yeah, I'm just doing a few things in on the Discord for a second there. All right. All right, I think they're looking pretty good together. Let's see. So I will need to connect the heads to the body here soon. So I'll probably go ahead and do that. So on the side here, I'm just gonna bring these heads up. There we go, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a merge. So let's do merge down and merge down one more time. There we go. So now this should all be one piece again. There we go. We're going to do a solo, and we'll see how this looks now. All right, so far this looks pretty good. Right, we have the neck kind of going in. I'm going to turn off symmetry real quick, and then just kind of pull this over. So I want to have this kind of going around that shoulder a bit. I think that looks better. And the same thing for this area is maybe have it be a tad bit more rounded. And then here, this one's way, way off. So let's go ahead and bring this over to closer to that shoulder. There we go. And now it feels a little more structural, like the trap is actually being a part of the body a bit more. That looks pretty good. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty cool. All right, yeah. So I do think that I probably could go ahead and do a combine here. So I'm going to turn down the resolution a little bit by a tad, and then let's go ahead and make sure symmetry's off for this one, because if you combine this, it's going to like completely mess up one of the heads. So there we go, and I'll do Dynamesh. This should be good. Okay, now that everything is one single bit, it should look pretty good. Let's see, dogs are the best. Oh, no problem, man. No worries. So this Dynamesh, I think I should keep groups on, so it'll keep all of the different splits, but then I think that looks pretty good now. Ooh, if I keep groups on, it does not happy with this, so I guess not then. All right, so now I'll turn symmetry on because it's the neck and all that still looks good. All right, so now we actually have some pretty good structure here. I'm gonna use the fill tool and just kind of play around with a little bit of this and kind of keep these looking good. So I want to have kind of a beefier neck that meets in the middle. That's what I'm kind of going with, similar to how you see in this concept and everything. So I'm gonna zoom into this concept a little bit and so you guys can see what I'm talking about. There we are. So yeah, the trap right here kind of just meets it right in the middle. So I might have some kind of like crease. Oh, there it is, my Damien standard. I can just cut down the center here. And then that kind of cuts into that shoulder. The shoulder goes down. Just like that. I think that looks pretty good. Heck yeah. All right, so I need to be careful though, because I am using symmetry. So I want to make sure that I'm not like digging into one of the ears or something like that, you know, like on either side. Yeah, just gonna be cautious about what I'm smoothing and everything. Because like these faces, if I smooth this face, it's gonna completely kind of mess up that face. So I need to make sure I turn off symmetry in some bits and just to work on one side rather than the other. But it is good for certain things. So it'll be helpful on some bits. So this area, this head, I can probably bring up a tad, but because it's covered with a beard, I think it's probably fine. But I can kind of just pop that up a little bit. Now it looks a little bit better. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna unsolo this. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty cool. Alright, so I don't want to play with the individual pieces too much because they've already been... I can't do symmetry with them anymore, so I'm going to minimally play around with these things. But I think that they're kind of stuck the way they are. That's fine. Alright, I think they're looking pretty good. So yeah, right now these teeth are just cylinders. That's fine for now, but it will be fine soon. And then let me change that up a little bit. So I could also make this club. The club is looking pretty cool. I could probably build the club out, and then I think we need to get some of those the feet molded a tad bit more. Let's see how this looks. So on here, it looks like that, at least for like the hero, I don't know. It looks like that this is just really simple, like three toe. I might copy that a little bit. I'm not sure. Yeah, I really like the way that Bowser looks. I think I'm gonna have Bowser-esque feet here for sure. So, all right, let's dig into this a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and carve in this back knee area. Oh, let's make some symmetries on first before I do any of that. Symmetries on. Go ahead and carve into this back knee. So that goes up into that knee piece. And yeah, the belly just kind of like hanging over pretty harshly, so this just is what it is. And on this, they have this really cylindrical insert here. We can really see where that leg starts, so we could do the same thing. Can already see where the leg starts in this area. Let's turn off the RGB. There we go. Now that looks pretty good. I don't want to define the belly too much. I think it would look kind of bad if I did. So that looks pretty good, I think. So now we have a basic definition on the chest area here. Ready to kind of give it that sort of half anatomy look. And then that secondary thing looks a little bit planered. I think that looks fine. The neck trap bits are now working together and being attached to that shoulder. I think that looks pretty good overall. And then the head scale's looking pretty good too. I think this one's a little bit off where the neck is being extruded too much to that left side, so I think I need to fix that a bit. But overall, it's a win, I think. There we are. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to do my Damien standard and then maybe start on symmetry. Alright, let's go ahead and add this kind of waistline here. I think that looks pretty good. Just right around there, that point. Super, super lightly, I think. So now I have my primary defined areas. Now, one thing to note here is that I'm not really sure if I want to add a spine at all. I think I want to keep it very simple. Because if I start adding stuff like this, like these different kind of more specific anatomy bits, then that feels a bit weird. It feels like they're split in half, right? But then if I do it here, it feels like they have a double back, and that looks kind of strange too. Feels a little bit better actually to do double back than the single spine. But I don't want to do that. I want to keep it very cute and simple. And so for anatomy choices here, we're gonna deal with what it is right now. I'm gonna use this fill tool to kind of just get that trap more plump here. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, I do think that it's going to be a bit strange on this side. I think it's a little bit too thick on the angry head, a little bit still too. So I'm going to reduce this a tad. Heck yeah. Looking dope. Awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and do a save. Now, one thing I noticed is that I haven't made a proper save yet. So like I have, but it was in like a wrong folder thing, and so I need to make sure that I'm doing some proper saves here. I'm gonna go to my E drive and Baka Bros, ChaosKart, characters, and let's just make a Biclops folder here, right? I don't have a name for them yet. Maybe that's the reason why I didn't do that, but yeah, I'm gonna make a Biclops folder. So I have these characters, and let me check my memory real quick, because I think there's some of them have more than others here on my PC. Yeah, so I have lots. I have like 4 terabytes available on my E drive. Perfect. That's fine. Let's go ahead and create this. So new, and we'll do Biclops. There we go. And in the Biclops, I'm going to do, let's just add our high poly here. High poly, and I'll just put this as 1 high poly and then save it inside of here. So yeah, ZB Cyclops, that's fine. Heck yeah. This looks pretty good. All right, I think it turned out pretty well. I think that, yeah, he's looking pretty solid. I'm not sure if I want to add the claws like Bowser has, but I might add some, like, we'll see though. Yeah, I do think that maybe having the clawed feet could be fun. So let's go ahead and play with something like what Bowser's feet is. So it looks like we have like these inserts. They're kind of like the cylinders. And then his toes aren't really descriptive. They're just kind of sausage toes. So Let's do Damien standard, and let's see what we can do with these feet. Kind of start here, and then I have like one here as well. Just like that. Oh, I just realized that my asymmetry is not on. Derpy derp. Okay, so let's turn symmetry on and let's get it. So just start these toes out like this. And we'll keep it real simple. Yeah, that's like enough, I think. So yeah, his on Bowser's high poly, it looks really simple, and I'm not gonna like worry about being even more, you know, yeah, than that is. However, I will add a little bit extra, like, yeah, a little bit extra oomph on this pinky toe. That looks fine. Now, what they probably did was they probably just inserted these things to make it super clean. I'm not too worried about that. I think that this looks clean as is. So I'm not going to stress that. Okay, and I think the other thing is that Grog has more. He has 3 fingers. I think I want to reduce this to 2 fingers. Maybe. I think it'd be fine to do so. I think having these big, bold hands like that would be just fine. So I think I'll play around with the fingers in a second here. Okay, just added that foot crease here. That looks pretty good. You can also add like an alternate crease if you want to have like some kind of skin fold looking thing. I think that looks okay to do. But yeah, they really don't do that with Nintendo. They really just keep everything super round and cute. Right, that's the complete visual design is how circular can we make everything. It seems. Alright, I think it was turning out pretty good. I think that not having the middle in the script. So I think if I added that chest like this, then it would feel like he's split in half. And I don't want to do that. So I think I'm just going to keep it simplified like this for right now. Okay. Might add a fill because I think he looks a little bit wobbly in the body. So I'll add a fill and just kind of play around with this a little bit here. Kind of make it a little bit more round, simplified. Yeah, because from the top, it's like a flat belly, which looks a bit odd for the roundness that it is. So yeah, it's not the best. Not the best strat. All right, that looks pretty good. Now, I think his shoulders can actually be a bit bigger, probably. But, again, if we're going Nintendo vibe, I'm not worried about that at all. Right, like, I could increase these shoulders to be quite hiked. But, yeah, I mean, Nintendo just kind of just does sausage-like arms. Like, almost near to no definition and near to no, like, separation. And I like that a lot, so I think I will continue that vibe. Yeah, one problem that I'm running into is that because I attach the body and head so soon, that I'm running into that problem where it's high resolution. The problem is if I de-res it, then it'll also de-res the facial features, which is going to be really annoying and have to backpedal like that. That's the reason why I'm just working with what I have. But generally, you wouldn't want to Dynamesh this soon. You want to make sure that everything is in place, everything looks good. But I decided to Dynamesh a little bit sooner, so I'm kind of dealing with the consequences of those actions, of yeah, kind of like it being too high resolution. So when I sculpt on it, it's just taking a little bit longer than it would normally if I hadn't Dynameshed it soon, a little bit later. Okay, that was pretty good. Nice and rounded there. Yeah. There we go. So I'm really liking this. I think this looks really good. So, a few things. So we can simplify the hands by making less fingers, which is kind of a hassle. I'd rather not, but I think that it would look better to be less fingers, to be honest. So I could probably just get rid of one of them. Let's see if I do that. Hold on. My Purif is in the way. Come on, Purif. Here we go. Mask lasso. Yeah, I think he would look better with just 2 fingers. Yeah, or the 3. Probably. Yeah, I mean, so Bowser has his three fingers. He has kind of like the less going on. From original design, he did have just the 2 main fingers and the thumb. And I still like that. I think I'll play with that in a minute. I'll be right back, y'all. Do a quick break here. Uno momento. All right, I'm back. Let me bring it back to the main stage. There we are. Sweet. I'm actually pretty curious about the like working together thing on the stream. There's like a way you can stream together. I think both people have to be live. So I'm not sure fully how that works. Collaboration. Invite guests. Yeah, it looks like you have to be live together, I think. Or you have to, yeah. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out because it'd be cool to do a collaboration thing. I think that'd be kind of fun. Be some kind of like cool collaboration with another streamer. I'll figure that out soon. We'll see if I can get another streamer to collaborate with me in a future video. That'd be fun. Let's see here. Yeah. Alright, this should be good. I think I'm going to post this link on LinkedIn too. I think that'd be cool to see if we can get some people from LinkedIn in here. That did not work out that well. It usually shows a full image when I post. Here, I'll show you what I'm doing here. It usually shows a full image when I'm posting these things. Did it actually do that? No, that's way lame. Hold on. Delete. Just get a... If I get a GIF or something. Let me see here. Might be a GIF I can add. Here we go. That looks silly. Perfect. Okay, awesome. All right, so let's see here. I think the main thing I need to do now is if I'm going to add the claws and the toes, I think that'll be should be easy to do, probably. I was considering making the feet larger too. I'm not sure if I want to do that, but I'll play around with that idea a little bit. Okay, something like this. Let's see what that looks like if I just crank up the bigness. It looks pretty goofy. It does look pretty goofy. But I think that for something like this, it might be it might work to do something like this actually, because it's such a larger character. It might be in the favor of the character to be able to actually stand up properly, if it ever did stand up. Probably that would be enough, I think. Yeah. So we just increased it a tad, kind of gave him a little bit of a platform on the back and everything as well, which kind of looks pretty good, I think. And yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So yeah, from here, let's see how some claws look on this character. So I'm going to use this appendage tool and just kind of see. Ooh, I have an idea actually. These cylinders might be able to do the trick. So if we're trying to go a full-on like Bowser vibe for these, they're kind of like inserts the way that these are set up and everything. So let's bring these up. Yeah, it's gonna just like literally sphere inserts. So I probably should be using a sphere actually. Speaking of which. So let's go for some quad spheres here. And it may not work, but let's just find out. It's some rounded toes, just like how this is on Bowser here. Okay, so yeah, they're kind of just like end it. Like, so like they have it pulled out like a sphere and then they kind of end it. It's a bit like elongated, so like it's kind of like this, where you could like pull it this way. Let's see if it'll let me do it. Kind of like that. So yeah, this could potentially work, and then you kind of just is like flattened at the end, so where the actual thing comes from. But I think from our simple sculpt we have here through the feet, what might work best is just having it just be pushed in a tad on both sides, and then like here, and we have like these little insert zones we can create. Right, so kind of this would be one of the insert zones, this would be an insert zone, this would be an insert zone. Or if we want to keep the roundness the way that it is, let's go ahead and bring out one of the appendage tools for like these pointies, right? Nice, nice. Not too shabby. So yeah, I'll try to mimic the thickness of these to keep them similar to Bowser's. I think that looks pretty good. I probably just need to have simplified. Honestly, I probably can just build these claw bits in Maya, and I think that'd be way cleaner. I'm just kind of seeing how it looks for right now. So just kind of, this might be fine. So this does end at a decently sharp point. Probably do the same thing. So you build out my snake hook tool. And maybe the inflate tool here. Okay, cool. That looks pretty sharp. But yeah, I think if we're gonna make this like super like clean, then using Maya probably would be the right move here. This could also be a way to run it, be like kind of like claw-like toenails, rather than just claws. So we could go a different route like this. I think it looks pretty fun. That kind of works. There we go. Then I'll just snake hook tool this in a tad. That was pretty good overall. Yeah. So yeah, it looks like all of the Bowser ones are just going straight out and the same kind of distance and everything. Like they really do simplify that stuff with the Nintendo characters like significantly. All the way to like direction and all that stuff. So it's an interesting take, and it's a very simplified take and everything. Yeah, I think having everything be a similar distance is fine, like this. Maybe have the other two be a slightly more in. But see, what makes this clean is that it's all coming from like this, the outside, right? It's just like, yeah, it's just very simplified. So I think what I'm going to try to do for that reason, maybe just build around it. Right, so it kind of looks like it has that insert right here. There we go. And similar to his, doesn't need to define the whole foot. We're just gonna try to like make a cleaner, yeah, kind of a cleaner area for these toenails to come through. There we are. Not too shabby. There we are, okay. Okay, I think that's pretty good. It definitely could use a little bit of refinement. So I can go ahead and kind of do that a little bit here. So we're kind of doing something similar to what Bowser has, but with a little bit more, I guess, like directional things happening here, where it still slopes. Like Bowser's just goes straight, and this is kind of slopes. I think that looks pretty good. You could just adding a little bit extra on this side, just so it's kind of plumped up pretty well. Yeah, now this looks a bit off, I think, because it's added too much. So let's go ahead and push this back. Yes, this needs to be pooched more. There we are. Alright, that looks pretty good. Like they're all looking very round, very clean. Yeah, I still think I probably should make something in Maya so it looks even cleaner, rather than just kind of a bit off. Shrink this in a tad like this. Okay, not too shabby. Looks pretty good. The last thing they have here is that in-between foot area kind of has this crease. So we can kind of define these toes a little bit better. So I'm going to do that. There we go. Pretty subtle, but it's there. And then, yeah. That looks pretty good. Let me do my fill here. Alright, I think it looks pretty good. So we basically have quite a bit of this character done now. It's kind of like just like the clothing and probably... I still want to figure out if I want to do the two fingers here. So I think what I'll do, just to make sure I don't mess it up, is I'm going to go ahead and duplicate. Yeah, let's go ahead and duplicate, and then this is the new duplication. And so that way, if I don't want to have the body with just the two fingers, then I can revert. So let's go ahead and try without these fingers, without the pinky finger, I should say. Really what might be easier is if I like connect two of them. So I can connect like these two together. So let's see if maybe I can just do that. Might be a little bit wonky, so maybe it would be better if I just... Yeah, okay, let's see here. If I just take out this whole section. And then, let's see, split masked. Go ahead and delete this. Okay, so yeah, from here, definitely need to, you know, add that back, that, like, that pinky zone, I guess. But yeah, if I was going to not have... There we are. Turn off RGB. So yeah, from here, let me go ahead and check this real quick. I want to make sure this looks good. So yeah, we have these big chunky fingers, so I need to go ahead and move this over so they're not so close together. Okay. Something like this. That should be pretty good, I think. And then from here, I'm going to just inflate these fingers just so they look more substantial. Should work pretty well. If it doesn't, then I can always revert back to the 3 fingers because I have that duplicate of the body here. Alright, so I'm going to bring this down a tad. There we go. Bring that up a tad. Okay, I think this is refined enough. Let's see the inside of this palm here. Yeah, this palm almost has nothing going on here. Just like a slope. Yeah, they don't even have refined joints. It's just like beef sausage slope finger. Very, very simple. Okay, so with big fingers, you need to make sure like they're wide as well. So I kind of widen that out a tad. All right, I think that looks pretty good. I think that because it's like a new kind of creature character thing that I want to have that cool separation. I think that looks pretty good. See this big chunky hand, right? And then maybe some super, super light Damien standard cuts. So something like this and this. That's just a form of like where does that pinky start kind of thing here. Okay, then you can have that. Just like that. And then the palm meat here could just be this. And then, yeah, I can probably do like an inflate over here. Just to have that thumb be more simplified. All right, I think that we're good to go on this thumb here. It looks pretty good. Heck yeah. I dig it. I think that looks pretty cool. If anyone else has any opinions on this, let me know. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I realized before, like, how I needed to really increase my hand size, my characters. Because as you can see, like, yeah, these hands on Mario are super big for his head. And that needs to be needed to equate. It's almost like the mass of his hand is about a little over 1/3 of the mass of his like head. Like you could put like two hands in his head, kind of thing. Yeah, Bowser's the same kind of thing. All right, I think that we're good on this. I need to have like a clear wrist thing going on. And I probably need to have some like indicators or some kind of wristbands or something like that. Might be good to have. Something simple like that. So yeah, I need to figure that out. I think that'll be good to kind of gauge. And yeah, I like this this jumpsuit thing that I have for the skin. I think that's really cute. Where it like, but that's what this could be for the swimming skin though for the beach party. So it doesn't really work for this. So probably something like this will work. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna try to make something now with let's see how that looks with just more asymmetry, where it kind of goes to that side. So what I'm gonna do is duplicate the body once more. This will be the cloth part of this body here. So we'll try to make a cloth version. This is one of the old technique that I really enjoy. Slice curve. And with a slice curve, I can start building out that clothing. So I can just like, let's go ahead and just like cut out this. Let me go ahead and cut out this arm. I think one other issue, I think the last thing might be just proportion scale, where I think this looks better for like just like one round body. I think that is one more thing I want to fix before I do anything else, is let's try to get scale looking just right. I think it's pretty dang close. I think the body just needs to be slightly more rounded out. So like Bowser looks kind of like a cylinder, right? It's kind of like a cylinder, and then like we have Wario, who's basically just like a freaking sphere. He's basically just a sphere with arms, kind of like Kirby. The torso anyway. Think about just bringing up this belly here. Just trying to figure out how this will look. I don't want to split that off. So just like, let me see. I think something just like that. And then like this back, I think it needs to be just like simplified like this, where it's just this like shape, this cone shape thing here. So just give it like an angle in a way. Yeah, some kind of small impression like that, I think looks fine. So I think this looks good. I'm just kind of plumping up these edges a little bit. That's all I'm really doing at the moment. Yeah, just filling out some of these zones here a bit. There we go. I think that was pretty good. Pretty chillin'. I'm just gonna add I'm kind of just filling these zones in a bit just to make the creases more simplified here. Kind of filling out these zones. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So now it kind of fulfills that shape better. He's more simplified. I think he looks more toy-like too, which is good. Yeah, I'm liking this. Like this zone. So I might add like little elements like dots to them and that kind of stuff. Like if I added some dark dots or something, it could be kind of fun. So like, I won't do that right now, but I think that just something like that could be fun. Where I just like this, just little spots. I think that looks very troll-like, and I think that's a pretty cool way to run it. I'll send this off to the crew on Discord. Let's see here. All right, I'll post this right here. There we go. Yeah, I think I'll get rid of the gray bits just for right now. Just keep it more uniform. But I think that is a cool design though, having like those grayer dots on there, or like desaturated blue dots could work too. Some darker zones. All right, so I think that the body is the way that I want it to be now. I think it's feeling pretty good. I might place the knee slightly further down. If anything, like something like this could be good, I think. Gotta fill here. Oop, let me make sure that my symmetry's on. Dang it. Alright, so like just with adding the fill like there, I was able to bring the knee down just a tad bit. Kind of just have that be rounded and everything. Okay. Alright, that was pretty good. Good. Cool. So I accidentally meshed these with the main foot, which is an accident, but it doesn't really matter at this point. I think I can deal with that, but I can always like just cut them out and just reflatten them if I need to. But I think that's okay for right now. It's part of the design anyway. All right, I think he's looking pretty good. So yeah, I think the last things that we needed to do, go ahead and delete this. Let's do a duplicate. There we go. And then I can go ahead and do slice curve. So a slice curve for the clothing. Yeah, I think I'll probably do something exactly like what's going on here. And I'm going to turn off symmetry this time, and on purpose. Let's cut into this arm like that. Okay. So I'm just kind of defining the clothing here. That's all I'm trying to do here. So I'm going to solo this, and I want to cut these heads off here. There we go. Yeah, if I'm going to do something like this, let's get rid of this other arm as well. And the legs. Alright, so I'm really trying to define this cloth here. And so I think, yeah, I think I just need to cut into this area. Although I don't want it to be too small, right? This is sort of kind of tiny. So I want to fix this a bit. Yeah, that looks okay. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this into this as well. Okay, I think it'll do. And then there we are. Now if I delete hidden here, so I'm gonna go and where is it? Delete hidden. There we go. Okay, now that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty clean. And maybe even having the pants look might not be too bad. Okay, that's a little bit of an issue here, I think, that we can fix pretty easily. But I think everything else is looking just fine. So what I can do here is just go on half and then do a zero measure. And I'm making sure that symmetry is not on so that it doesn't like just completely double strap this. So I'm just going to do this a couple times. Just using the half button to simplify the geometry a bit. Okay, zero mesh a couple times. Let's really simplify this out. Maybe one more time. Okay. Run it a little bit of an inflate, and that gives me a very clean, even, yeah, pull from the original. All right, that was pretty good. So other than like this being a little bit crumbly here on this side, I like it probably if both of them had this bit of a leg. I think that'd be good. Yeah, it's kind of like a weird overall at the moment. Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah, it's a bit crumbly on certain spots, but we can fix that. Okay, but yeah, this is kind of the way I'd want to do the clothing, though. I think this looks pretty good overall. Yeah, it can definitely be refined, but yeah, I think this looks good overall. So if I do a mirror and weld. It's kind of fun. Although I really do think I want to have it asymmetric because they are too symmetric already. So I don't think I want to do it to where it's like this. But it wouldn't be the worst, I think. I think it'd be kind of cool. I think it would be better to have it to where it is just one side has this though. But at least now both sides are looking good on the leg bit. So I think I want to let's like get rid of this. And then yeah, something like this. Something like that might work. Okay, and then delete hidden, and this should do it. Yeah, I'll do zero mesh. All right, I mean, there's an overall win. There's a bit of a weird big triangle in the back, but I think that looks pretty dang good overall. We do one more inflate here. Bring this out a tad. But yeah, so both the legs I think are looking good now. This is maybe a tad bit low. I can bring that up a little bit. I think that looks a little bit off being that low. Something like this, and then this could be up a tad like that. There we are. All right, so there's a little bit of a trick for this to bring this like cloth out a bit. Here it is. I'm able to do like an iron, and it brings it forward, so it's not like just hugging the body as much. That's just doing the Alt button, holding down the Alt button while having H polish. It just brings it forward. It does look a little bit flat when you do that, so I need to round it out a little bit, but at the very least, it does kind of pull it off the body a tad. But I don't want to do that too much because you don't want to have it hugging in a little bit. Just trying to have it be a little bit more uniform is all. There we go. All right. I think we're in a pretty good spot here. I do like the kind of the clothing that we have here as well. Heck yeah. Alright guys, so I think on the next one I'm probably going to just make the weapon and maybe the fairy as well. We'll see about that. But I think that the weapon and maybe the fairy and the cart should be extremely easy. Basically just like a slab. But yeah, it's getting a little bit late here, so I think I will head out for the night. But have a good one, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you the next one.